The objective today is how to multiply decimals. Let's refresh our memory on how do we multiply whole numbers. Remember that there are many ways for multiplying two whole numbers. I am going to show you one of my preferred ways. If you want to multiply 456 times 12, I like to write the largest number or the number with more digits first, and then the smallest number on the bottom. When you start multiplying, don't forget that you need to start multiplying the first place value, that in this case is the ones, and in the ones you have that 2. So you are going to multiply 2 times 456 first. So let's do that. 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 5 is 10, plus that 1, my carry on, that will be 11. 2 times 4 is 8, plus that 1 is 9. So I am done with the first place value or the first digit. I can erase this carry on. I don't need it anymore. Now you are going to multiply the second digit, that is the 1, but that 1 is placed in the 10th place value. So that 1 in reality represents a 10. So when you multiply now the 1, don't forget that you need to position that answer starting in the 10th place. So, some of us like to write a 0 in the ones place value. Some of you prefer just to write an X or just skip that place value. And then you start multiplying times 1. So 1 times 6 is 6, so don't forget to position that 6 below the 1 that is in the tens. And then 1 times 5, that will be 5. And then 1 times 4, that will be 4. It's very important that you align the numbers in their corresponding place value. Then you need to add these two rows of numbers. So 2 plus nothing is 2, 6 plus 1 is 7, 9 plus 5 is 14, and 4 plus 1 is 5. So the answer for multiplying 456 times 12 is 5,472. But how do we multiply decimals? So now that we remember how to multiply whole numbers, these are the steps for multiplying decimals. The first thing that you need to do is count how many decimals you're working with. So, I am going to multiply 0.5 times 0.7. So, focus on the decimal points. And then, to the right, how many decimal places do you have? So, in the first number, I have that 5 in the 10th place. So, that will be 1 decimal place. And in the second number, I also have a 7 in the 10th place. So that means that I'm also dealing with 1 decimal place. So in total, I'm talking about 2 decimal places that I'm working with, decimal places. Okay, so now to multiply, let's forget about those decimal points for a moment. You can erase them literally and just work with the whole number. So if I get an eraser and erase those decimals for a moment, I have a 5 and a 7. So I am going to multiply the whole numbers. 5 times 7. 5 times 7 is 35. 35 wholes. That means that my decimal is positioned here to the right of 5. But I need to bring back those decimal places. And in this case, we're dealing with 2. So from there, I'm going to move my decimal back 2 places. 1, 2. That means that my decimal is now in front of 3. So my final answer is 0.35 or 35 hundredths. You are going to see a lot of multiplication of decimals in real-life context problems. So let's do some. A rectangular garden has a length of 10.1 feet and a width of 6.2 feet. Find the area of the garden. So, remembering the formula of area of a rectangle from your geometry class, to get the area, that will be length times width. So that means that I need to multiply the length, that is 10.1, times the width to get the area of this garden. So, step number 1, how many decimal places you're working with. So, in the first number, focus on that decimal, and then to the right, how many numbers do you have? So in this case, I have that 1, so 1 decimal place in the first number. In the second number, I also have 1 decimal place. So in total, I have 2 decimal places that I need to bring back later. So this is information that I need for later. Then you are going to erase for a moment that decimal. Let me erase it completely. And you are just going to multiply the whole numbers that you have if you erase those decimals. So I have 101 times 62. So I am going to start with the first digit that is positioned in the ones place, that is the 2. So 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 1 is 2. You're done with the first digit. Now you're going to move on to that 6, but remember that 6 is positioned in the tens place. That means that you need to skip a place value. I will put an X, maybe a 0. This is my reference that I need to skip that place value. Okay, now I multiply 6. 6 times 1 is 6. Don't forget to align properly that 6 on the tens place. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 1 is 6. Align properly those numbers because then you need to add them up. 2 plus nothing, that's 2. 0 plus 6, 6. 2 plus 0 is 2. And then my 6. So right now my answer is 6,262. That means that my decimal is after the 2 because this is my whole number right now. But I need to come back, check how many decimal places I need to bring back. In this case 2. So from here I bring that decimal back. 1, 2. So my final answer is going to be 62.62 feet squared. So this will be the area of my rectangular garden. Let's try another one. Sarah bought 3.5 pounds of almonds. Each pound cost $1.20. How much did Sarah pay? So to find the total cost, you need to multiply these two numbers to get how much she paid. So I am going to write $1.20 on the top because it has more digits than 3.5. But you can do it the other way. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to do it more simpler. So I need to multiply these two decimal numbers. The first thing that I do is count how many decimal places I have for each number. So those are the places after the decimal point. So in the first number, I have 2 decimal places, the 2 and the 0. In the second number, I have a 5. So that means that only 1. So in total, I have 3 decimal places that I need to bring back. So this is information that I need for later. Then you erase that decimal for a moment. I am going to literally erase the decimal and just work with the whole numbers when you multiply. So you are going to multiply 120 times 35. So let's start with the first digit, the one that is positioned in the ones, that is 5. 5 times 0, that will be 0. 5 times 2, that will be 10. Don't forget your carry on. 5 times 1 is 5, plus that 1 is 6. I'm done with that digit. I can erase this carry on. Now the 3, but don't forget that that 3 is positioned in the tens place, so I need to skip my place value or 0, whatever you prefer, and then you multiply that 3. 3 times 0 is 0, so that 0 goes here on the tens place. 3 times 2, that will be 6. 3 times 1 is 3. Aligning properly those numbers so I can add them up. 0 plus nothing is 0. 0 plus 0 is 0. 6 plus 6, 12. 3 plus 1 is 4. So right now I have 4,200. That means that my decimal is positioned here to the right of 0. I come back to check how many places I need to bring that decimal back. So in this case, I need to bring it back 3 times. So 1, 2, 3. And this is money. So that means that my final answer is $4.20. I don't need that extra 0 because we're dealing with cents, so I only need 2 decimal places. Okay, so now it's your turn. Open your notebook, take out a piece of paper, do these 3 examples on your own, pause this video now, and at the end of this video, I will give you the solution. So take your time, pause now, do these problems, and then go and check the solution. Don't forget to like this video, share, and subscribe to my channel. I am going to add objectives every week, but if you want a specific objective, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and you can give me a suggestion. Bye-bye. Thank you.